Previously on Marvel Midnight Suns.
Johann Fenhoff. That hack.
Calls himself Faustus now.
That's magic coming from those crates. I can feel it.
Gamma and magic.
The perfect opportunity to field test Mother's device.
Watch out!
What is this thing?
Bad guy crate. Full of bad guy stuff.
I know those symbols from the time of the first hunt.
So a spooky bad guy crate.
Very spooky. Designed to contain powerful magic.
I am sorry. I should have had this talk with you much sooner. But you should know, Agatha, she's no longer with us. Agatha died in an accident caused by her protege, Wanda Maximoff, the Scarlet Witch, a powerful spellcaster in her own right. Perhaps the most powerful Agatha and I had ever seen. So I did what needed to be done. I sent Wanda away to the Sanctum Sanctorum. You should pay your respects. Maybe you'll find what I couldn't.
Agatha? You are dead.
Meet me by the cave just over there. You know the one.
The Blood Gate? Caretaker always told me to stay away from that place.
This ominous-looking portal is known as a Blood Gate, and you're the only one among us who can pass through it. What lies beyond is meant for you as much as it ever was for her. Assuming you're up to the challenge, that is.
You know I am.
Hey guys, it's Grazer, the Autistic Gamer, and welcome back to Marvel Midnight Suns, and what is actually my second attempt to getting this recorded. First attempt, I somehow managed to record it completely without game audio. It was like watching a silent movie, which is great and experimental, but not quite what we want here. So, here we go again. Anyway, as you saw from the previously on, we gave Faustus a smackdown, and then Hunter learned the truth about what happened to Agatha and how Wanda was involved. But given that this is Marvel and it's all gone all mystical, Agatha has revealed herself to be a floating blue ghost. As you can see, we are now outside the Blood Gates, getting ready to enter a portal where we are reliably informed something awaits us, and I'm sure that that something is just going to be all light, fluffy, and possibly some puppies.
Not what you were expecting, is it? There was a time when the blood stood within these celestial halls to prove their worth. This particular arena belongs to a goddess who often favored Sarah, Oshtur.
Sarah? Caretaker was here?
Nothing ever comes easy, dear. The Elder Gods felt their descendants needed to earn their blessings, which is why they created these trials to begin with.
Trials? I should have known.
This entire realm exists for that purpose. Trial by combat, with no chance of outside interference.
And this is my challenge.
Yes, but I may have found a loophole they never considered. Why don't you try summoning your four-legged friend?
Charlie?
The old gods are responsible for a great many creations, including your faithful companion.
I think even they tend to forget that. Good luck, dear.
Okay, so it's not quite puppies, but we have got lots of hellhounds and good girl Charlie. So as you can see, our objective here is to defeat all
As the
our
goddess
enemies.
of balance and order, Oshtur was sometimes called the giver of justice. You can expect a fair fight, or at least her idea of one.
Okay, everything crashed. We're back. I think we're back. Let's carry on with what we were sort of saying after Agatha gave us a little bit of extra exposition there. So, the card I was referring to is this card right here. It is the Howl card. It will apply 2 mark to every enemy in an area. Now, from previous episodes, marked will essentially mean that if we kill an enemy that has been marked, we will have our card play refunded. This is critical for my plan to be able to do this in one turn. So, all that said, let's get marked applied to the group of enemies over to our left.
I am impressed.
And I'm just happy that that card came out as early as it did. Okay, next step is we want to take out this hound here using our quick slash card.
You are too weak for this fight.
Having a quick card within a very early also helps, but I think it's not so important as that Howl card is. Now, doing that has set us up perfectly to be able to kick this coffin, grave. I'm not sure what that is. I can't remember the word for it. This big cement block, it gives us the perfect angle to be able to take these 3 out here. As you can see, we're going to kick it into the front one, and then it will carry on and target the one at the back. In the meantime, the Hellhound is going to go flying into the other one on the left. So we're going to have a nice 3-for-1.
It is time.
That is lovely. Okay, so if this all goes according to plan, we're not actually going to take any damage, so we can redraw our heal card. And that has given us a slash card with knockback, which is going to be quite handy. Now, I also forgot to point out at the beginning, as you can probably see, all of these Hellhounds are in fact minions, so they effectively have no health, so any damage will kill them, which again makes things much easier for us. So what we're going to do is we're going to use our knockback card. We're going to target this one. Can't quite hit him into there, but we can take that one out, which is good. So that's going to give us another 2-for-1. And because one of the enemies is going to be killed is marked, it's also going to refund our card play.
Your mother abandons you.
Excellent. We are now down to just 4, and we've still got 2 card plays left to go. What we're going to do next is I am going to move Hunter. Ooh, hello. Make everyone feel a bit dizzy there. Gonna move Hunter to right there. Now, the reason for us to do that is I want to use my second knockback card, as I want to target that Hellhound and knock him into that one.
Feel my call.
Lovely. Possibly didn't need to actually do that, because we should now be able to end this with just 1 more card. Our forceful knockback should be enough to be able to send this Hellhound careering into the other one.
Once again, Lilith's servants fall.
That's how we do it in 1 turn.
Good girl, Charlie. Oh, and you too, Hunter. You finished this trial, but don't worry. The other gods are waiting.
Lovely. So we have our mission rating. Something that I forgot to actually mention is that we can actually now bump this up to heroic. This was actually unlocked during my first attempt, and now it's unlocked again. So we're actually now going to put this up to heroic. So, but also I also want to just point out that the general sort of strategy for doing that in one turn, I think, is largely the same, no matter what cards that you have, as long as you can get that Howl card pretty much on your first turn or very, very early on. It may be possible to do it without if you can get a load of quick cards and are able to knock 2 or 3 enemies out of time, which you saw that I would do. But generally, if you've got that Howl card, that is the strategy that you can use to do it all in one turn. Okay, so we've got our chosen difficulty as heroic. We are now back. Hopefully the game is going to behave and not crash. So let's carry on and see what it's got. Game wants us to explore the cavern, but before we just do that, let's just collect our prize, which is a moon seal. And I'm assuming it wants us to put it here. The prompt of placed item might give it away, along with the blue light that's shining out of this. Lovely. And we, in fact, have the word of power. As it says, Oshtur's gift allows magical locks and gates to be opened. It's going to allow us to access new areas of the Abbey. This is also the point that in my first playthrough, the achievement unlocked for getting this. So with the magic of editing, I've now just cut this in so you can see we got the achievement. And back to the present.
Sarah was right to be wary of this place. But it's your birthright, and I think after everything you've been through, you can handle it now. The two of you, as well as your mother, are the last of your kind, the Blood. Your lineage follows an unbroken line to the old gods themselves. And if you call upon them, you might just find they're actually listening. They won't work miracles for you, but their blessings can be quite useful in the right circumstance. Why don't you ask the goddess Oshtur for her aid in dealing with that barrier over there?
Okay, and as Agatha has prompted, and the game is saying we can open the gate now by using a word of power, in particular the open one that we've just got. However, before we do that, we want to quickly head over here and pick up this faded journal page. And as we can see, it is Wanda's journal from February 13th, 2020. I wonder if that was a Friday. I might actually look that up. Either way, if you want to read that fully, pause and feel free to read that. That, at the moment, is the only collectible that is in this area for the time being. So, let us go up and see if we can break this wall down. As it says here, words of power are magical incantations that we can use on Abbey grounds, and it just gives us a brief description of how to do it if you're playing on an Xbox.
Oshtur smiles upon me.
And completely disintegrates the wall at the same time. Alright, let's quickly head over here. I want to make sure that this is added to our map, because I want to come back to that later on. We can already see the lovely blue Agatha waiting for us, so let's go ahead and see what she has to say.
After all this time, it's still just as beautiful as the first time I laid eyes on it. It's hard to believe Lilith and Caretaker brought this place all the way from Transia. Of course, it was no coincidence that they wound up so close to Salem. This area is particularly attuned to the forces of magic. That's why the Elder God's influence was so prevalent here. And why our sanctuary here has remained all but impregnable over the centuries. And now I'm rambling on like an old sorcerer supreme. Why don't you come see me in the library tomorrow night? Oh, and let's keep this just between the two of us for now. I'm afraid Sarah, caretaker, isn't ready to see me yet. Good night, Hunter.
And that is lovely. We got a nice sleep. One thing I want to very quickly do is quickly head into our super link, because as I was editing the last video, I noticed that I actually forgot to look at a entry that was in there, and in this particular one, it was Blade not being particularly happy with his housemates, clearly displeased with the state of the bathroom. That's what you get, I guess, when you have to have a house share. Though Nico does have a good point, this wouldn't be an issue if they had their own bathrooms. Alright, our objectives. First off, we need to go and forge a new gamma coil.
Is this thing on? Hunter, please come to the forge at your earliest convenience. Again, that's Hunter to the forge. Thank you. Strange out.
See, Hunter, you're so much more than a weapon. You're fun.
Nico likes us. Okay.
We still have so many more movies to show you, like 70s grindhouse flicks.
Don't think I've ever seen those types of movies. Have a quick look, see what Robbie has to say.
What's up, Hunter? Man, I just wish I could have brought my brother Gabe along. He'd love this place.
It does look like a particularly cool place. I think I would enjoy it if it wasn't like, you know, haunted and such. But it does have lovely glowing orbs, so we are going to grab that one.
Hey, for someone they just dug up, you look pretty fresh.
I am a freshly dug up corpse.
First we crawl, then we stumble.
That is generally how it goes. Alright, let's see what Strange has got for us.
Hunter, just in time. His royal weirdness and I were deciding what to do with that nasty little Hydra gift box you found.
Ah, yes. The spooky crate.
The very one. Though it is far from any mere container, I assure you. I am detecting powerful emanations from inside. If this is a sign of what Hydra is after, I fear we are all in grave danger.
My offer still stands. I could fly the thing up and nuke it in orbit. Only way to be sure.
Or we could open it, Tony, and perhaps use the mystical energies I sense inside to our advantage.
Yeah, I heard a we in there. Green goopy gamma serums are one thing. I'm not opening boxes full of mummy curses.
You don't have to. Hunter, if you'll allow me.
Your second funeral, boss.
Whatever artifact is inside, it's better off in our hands.
Alright, let's get to finding out what's in it.
If Hydra is now working to acquire mystical antiquities, then our situation is very dire indeed. We need to find a way to gain the upper hand.
And you think you can do it with whatever is in the container?
Tony has one of the greatest scientific minds that I've ever seen. I, of course, have an unparalleled understanding of the mystic arts. I have no doubt that we can find a way to research whatever we find in there and have it work in our favor. I just wonder what it could be.
Okay, chance to get some friendship points here, which we're not going to take because we are going to go with the top one, as that's going to give us the Dark Hunter balance points that we are currently just focused on getting. But it will also mean that we will lose a friendship XP with Strange, but we'll have plenty of opportunities to get that back.
I would be highly suspicious of anything that Hydra has had in its possession. My advice would be to do what Tony says. Destroy whatever is in there immediately.
With all due respect, Hunter, that would be short-sighted and foolish. For one thing, it's very, very hard to dispose of magical items. The repercussions are sometimes unexpected. Besides, I need all the magical items I can get.
And why is that?
Right now, with the sanctum out of my reach, I'm fighting with one hand tied behind my back. Metaphorically, that is. If I can find items to research, I can give the Midnight Suns every possible advantage over Lilith and her disciples.
I look forward to seeing what you come up with.
Me too, Hunter. Now, all this talk is going nowhere unless we can get this container open and study what's inside. Approach the anvil, Hunter. We do not have time to spare.
Alright, let us interact with our anvil.
I just hope you brought me something interesting. I'm always in a few places at once, so no time is ever wasted.
Well, we are finally about to find out.
By the hoary hosts of Hoggoth, I can hardly believe it.
What? Is it worse than you expected?
No, it's totally unexpected. It's the Eternity Dagger. This was in a place of honor in my bedchamber in the Sanctum for years. The Sanctum Sanctorum is no common domicile to be burglared. These barbarians have no idea what they possessed.
Or perhaps they did. Maybe these artifacts are exactly what Faustus and my mother were after to begin with.
A distressing thought. If they had my dagger, then who knows what others of my priceless possessions have passed through their greedy fingers. The cube of nothingness. The tear of Profia, and most worrisome of all.
Your toothbrush? You, had a little coffee thing going on this morning with your breath?
Oh, Tony.
Sorry. Doc's right, Hunter. I drank 3 glasses of holy water just to walk through the Sanctum's front door. Place is like a doomsday vault for all sorts of supernatural nastiness. We need to put a lid on this mess. Pronto.
I believe Carol is already working on it.
At last. Now that this artifact has been returned to its proper owner, we shall see if we can make use of the mystic forces contained within. These were relatively common at one point in history.
So we have acquired a nice knife, the Eternity Dagger, and we've also got a load of essence, some attack essence, heroic, and some skill, which we are going to be putting to good use. Now, as you can see, the guest game has just popped up. Each time we study an artifact, we will gain some XP towards our research level. As you see now, we have now reached research level 1, which will take any research projects we take on will take a day to complete, but it is going to give us powerful rewards, upgrades, items, and even some new outfits, so our heroes can look pretty cool. So we have 3 listed that are available at level 1 at this moment in time. First one is Supernatural Fabrication. This will allow us to craft an item bench, which will allow us to have powerful single-use combat items. Next one is War Games. This will increase ability options, earn additional abilities when analyzing Gamma Core, so it's just going to give us more choice. And the Way of the Fang, which is currently locked because, as you can see, we have requirements that we have not met. In this particular case, we need to complete 3 missions with Blade. This one, it will allow us to spend moves to knock back enemies in combat. This one is very useful. I find it to be pretty powerful. But for the moment, until we can do that, we are going to go with the Supernatural Fabrication to get some additional combat items and also to start working towards a couple of achievements related to both the research and these combat items.
We'll get started right away.
So as it says, it's now in progress, and we'll need to return to the forest tomorrow morning to see how our research actually went. Spoiler alert, I don't think it's actually possible to fail. Alright, whilst we are here, we could analyse our Gamma Coil that we picked up from our previous mission.
How's it going, boss? Take a look. Another magical mystery box. What to think? Take your pick, Hunter.
Tony cut off rather rudely there. But okay, we have got Inspire, which changes the cost of any random heroic card to 0. We've got Cosmic Ray, which is, if target is targeting Captain Marvel, she will deal an additional 10 damage. And we also have Strike, which allows us to chain 2 attacks together. Now, as we already own 2 of these, I am actually going to go for Strike, because this will give us an opportunity to upgrade them, and I want to show you that during this video. So we are going to go for that one, just for that reason. Okay, nothing else
Hunter,
for us to do.
Got a sec to spare?
Nothing else for us to do at the Forge, and Robbie now wants to have a quick little chat with us. He's hanging out by the Forge, or in the Forge.
You moving into the Forge, Hunter? You've been here more in the past few days than I have since ever. The Forge is pretty badass, but the creature trapped inside riles up my own inner demon. Speaking of, there's something you should know about me.
You are bonded with the spirit of vengeance?
Damn, you're good. How could you tell?
You are not the first spirit of vengeance to join the Midnight Suns. I fought beside another just a few days... 3 centuries ago.
Oh man, sometimes when I have crap to work through, I like to get my blood pumping. Why don't we hit the yard for a sparring session? I know Sparky's excited to meet you.
Sparky?
That's what I call my spirit of vengeance. His real name is something you'd see written on a symbol, but with like 12 apostrophes. Also, he's not allowed inside after the incident with caretaker Sumerian's sofa.
Anybody else want to know about that incident? Okay, conversation choice, and there are no downsides to this. We will be going straight for Dark, and I think it's actually quite apt because Hunter is a formidable fighter.
I am the Scourge of the Lilin. My name is whispered in fear across the 7 hells. When I fight, I make war, not make-believe, Robbie. Be sure your Sparky is ready to do the same.
Damn, Hunter! You talk the same kind of smack that he does. Okay, let's do this. I'll get Blade to set things up. Won't take a minute.
I will head to the yard. When you and Sparky trade places, what does he look like?
He's the guy with the flaming metal skull and hellfire chains. Kinda hard to miss.
Okay, we've got a Dark balance point, and we've also got a couple new objectives now to spar with Ghost Rider and also upgrade an ability, both of which I'm going to show in a moment. But during our little trip at Forge, we had notification that we got a new thing on our Superlink, and it's from the Daily Bugle. Looks like somebody has stolen some things from the Tower of London, about $4 billion worth of diamonds. Tony making light of everything. Okay, let us go and head to the yard.
Hunter, ready to get your burn on? I'm talking training with Ghost Rider.
Spirits of vengeance train the hardest.
We'll soon find that out. But before we do, let's quickly grab these 2 lots of attack essence there.
Like playing with fire, huh?
So, as it says here, daily sparring weekends. Every day we can choose a new hero to spar with Hunter, which will result in increased friendship and rewards, which is going to be good as we get further into the game and increase our difficulty level. This isn't actually anything that is interactive from the player's part. It will just happen automatically as soon as I press the begin sparring option.
Maybe you should be the special.
But we do get a really cool photo. Actually, we've received some training XP, which we'll look at in a second. We've got some friendship XP for training with Ghost Rider, and we've also also come with a combat bonus of drawing 1 additional card for 2 turns each time that he is in our party.
Back again.
Indeed. Alright, now we're going to upgrade our ability. So this is the ability that I was talking about, the strike, which is why I chose
for
it.
everyone.
Blade, wait for Blade to finish speaking, and as I said, I picked strike to show this upgrade option. As you can see here, it says an additional unequipped copy of this ability is required to upgrade it. This is why I can upgrade it, because I have 1 equipped and 2 that are not, so I can upgrade this, and as you can see, it is going to allow us to chain 3 attacks from now on.
Hunter, report to the war room. We've got a mission.
On our way, Captain Carroll.
Salutations.
But before that, let's just quickly grab this glass orb.
What's shaking?
Must be getting in the way of our eyesight there. Let's have a look.
You called for me, Captain?
Keep telling ya, Carol works too, but yeah, I did. Now that Tony's finally starting to get a handle on his gremlin problem, I've been able to put Central to good use. Got a lead on some particularly gnarly Hydra operations happening in the city, but we need to move fast if we want to intercept them in time.
Then let us get going.
My thoughts exactly. There's just one problem, though. We seem to have lost our gatekeeper, Magic.
Lost?
Well, I updated her on the mission. She said something I can only assume to be a prolific swear word in Russian and disappeared. Literally. And with no magic...
There is no passage to New York. Or anywhere, for that matter.
Now you see my problem.
Okay, we're going to grab another Dark Hunter point by stating the obvious that we don't actually have time for this, but this will also won't affect our friendship with Captain Marvel.
Every second we delay is a victory for Lilith. I have little patience for child's games in the midst of our war.
No argument there. Look, I don't know if you've noticed it, but she seems to like you. I've known Magic just about as long as you have, and all I've gotten from her is a few grunts and words I'm afraid to translate. Maybe you'll do better.
Fine. I will retrieve her.
Well, when you phrase it like that, I'm sure she'll just be begging to help. Good luck, Hunter.
I shall return shortly.
Fingers crossed.
Alright, we need to go find Ileana, but looks like Captain Marvel's got something that she wants to say.
Not much more I can tell you, Hunter. Though I did hear her mutter something about Wanda right before she poofed away. Maybe that helps.
Thanks, Captain. I shall find her.
Okay, so something to do with Wanda, potentially.
If you've come to ask me where Magic is, the answer is I don't know. She doesn't talk to me very much anymore. She blames me for Wanda. I fear if she doesn't let her go, it will cost us all. Go find her and talk some sense into her, will you? We don't have much time.
Caretaker being extremely useful there. Then she pays us as a compliment. Alright, let's talk to Doctor Strange, see if he knows where Magic is.
Salutations, Hunter.
Doctor, have you seen Magic recently?
I'm curious why you would be asking me that. Perhaps I'm just being sensitive, but I get the feeling she doesn't like me very much. I suspect it has something to do with losing Wanda. Sorry I can't help you more.
Doesn't even offer to perform a locating spell. See if Tony's got anything for us.
You would not perchance know where I can find Magic?
Sure, just look all around you. The Abbey is literally littered with magic. Can't go anywhere without tripping over some hex or curse.
Right. Thank you, Tony.
Tony completely misunderstanding the homework assignment. Next up, we are going to go check with Blade. He gets along with Magic, right?
Crazy world you woke up to, Hunter. Hydra running around causing trouble. Apocalypse prophecies. The Bronx.
It is indeed, Daywalker.
And that op against Faustus. The way Captain Marvel just absorbed that bomb. Unbelievable, isn't it?
well, we're actually here to try and find magic, but this conversation has just got a lot more interesting. We are going to just perhaps suggest that Blade might be hinting at something, which is going to give us 1 Dark Hunter point, but doesn't cost us any friendship XP.
Are you trying to make a point with this?
No, I mean, I just wanted to catch up.
I see. Well,
She's something else, though, huh?
excuse me?
Smart, quick-witted, fearless. Hell, she even glows.
And do you find all of your allies equally impressive?
Yes. No. Wait. What are you trying to say?
Okay, no options to get Dark XP for Hunter, so we're not going to go with the light, but we will lose friendship XP if we go for that one, so we'll just go again. Should I just do Blade really need it spelling out?
Some Cupid kills with arrows, some with traps.
What in the hell are you talking about?
It is Shakespeare for you fancy her.
I do not. I respect her as a fellow warrior.
The same way you respect Tony? Or Caretaker?
Hell no. It's... Never mind.
And therefore is Winged Cupid painted blind.
Okay, I'm done. I'm gonna go kill some monsters or something. Let's just keep this a chat to ourselves for now.
Absolutely, we will be your confidant, Blade. By the way, can we still ask you about magic?
Have you seen...
No.
All right.
Lovely. Okay. So, if we look at our map, we can see there are in fact 2 more people that we can talk to. One being Ghost Rider, the other one being Nico. Now, chatting to either one of these 2 will reveal the location of magic, so we can't talk to both. So we are going to go with Nico, because she's probably more friendly with magic than what Ghost Rider is, and also she happens to be just sat right there.
Nico, do you know where magic is? We need her.
Let me guess. To open another portal? She's getting a little tired of being the only person here who can do that. Can't say I blame her.
This is serious, Nico. Where is she?
Not sure. But I know she's been looking for Wanda's grimoire, so maybe check in Wanda's room?
Thanks for your help.
Alright, find Ileana in the barracks, and helpfully she comes with a waypoint above her head. I should try and see if I could put one of those on my keys, actually. It'll stop me losing them. Anyway, let's talk to magic.
Why, hello, Hunter.
This room belonged to the Scarlet Witch, did it not?
Wanda. It belongs to Wanda. Let me guess. You are to ask me to do the one thing the others value me for. Opening their precious portal. Well, I am in the middle of something. Come back later.
Okay, we get no opportunities to earn light or dark points here, but we can comment that it's an interesting book, which would give us 1 friendship point.
That is no ordinary book. I can sense it from here.
Nothing in this place is ever ordinary. Especially this. Wanda's first grimoire. Agatha gave it to her when she was teaching her witchcraft, the dark arts. She was trying to help Wanda control her powers. She would never let me read it. So now I read it.
Okay, now we're going to go with the Dark Hunter that would offer help to Ileana to look at something so very, very dangerous. And again, doesn't cost us any friendship points.
That is no child's book. Lose focus for 1 second and be lost completely within its pages. Let me guide you through it.
You do not own the darkness, Hunter. I was also raised within it. So much so I barely remember a time without it. And now Wanda has this in common with us too. I know what she's going through. To come face to face with true evil itself. To be dragged to some hell dimension so hot that your soul is scorched black. Your heart so filled with soot that it chokes out all the bright parts of you. Until you are just a dark thing of smoke and ash.
I cannot let such a fate happen to her.
And again, we're going to go with the Dark Hunter, which is also going to give us an exit friendship point. And I think Ileana does appreciate bluntness.
Then put the damn book down and help me get her back.
You are nothing if not direct. Not to mention unrelenting. I can respect that. And perhaps you are not entirely incorrect. Okay, I will open your damn portal. It is times such as this that I wish someone else here could drill holes through space and time. Perhaps Dr. Strange should spend less time tinkering with Tony Stark in the Forge and focus more on his magic. No matter. I will be there when you are ready, Hunter. Goodbye.
Goodbye, Ileana. Lovely. 2 friendship XP, 2 dark balance points, and magic is now available to join us on missions.
Well met.
Alright, let's go and report back to Captain Marvel on the successful mission.
Ed, I take it you found our gatekeeper. Then let me explain what's going on. When Hydra isn't preoccupied with world-ending scenarios, they spend a lot of their free time terrorizing the citizens of New York through various low-level operations. It's fairly routine stuff for heroes these days, and worst case, we'll still get some fresh intel in the process. Why don't you check the mirror table and see what we've got on our plate?
Okay, let us go and do that. Exactly. So as you can see, our next mission is going to be, we are going to stop a Hydra helicopter. That is going to be our next mission for the next episode, because it's going to lead on to quite a few other story-related elements afterwards. So thank you very much, everybody. I hope you enjoyed that. I hope you're enjoying the series so far. If you are, drop a like. I know it's cliche having to say it, and I do feel a bit icky, but if you could, algorithms and that. So, and I will see you next time, and thank you ever so much, guys, and bye-bye.